The bank doors opened with a soft mechanical sound, but no one looked up when the woman stepped inside. People were busy. Busy counting money, busy guarding status, busy pretending not to notice those who didn't belong. She paused for a moment near the entrance, adjusting the edge of her faded dupatta over her head, as if collecting herself before entering a world that had never welcomed her. Her name was Aisha. She was 28 years old, and life had taught her one skill better than any other: how to stay invisible. The marble floor shone so brightly it reflected the ceiling lights like a fall sky. Every footstep echoed, reminding her that she was out of place. Around her stood men in tailored suits, women holding designer handbags, security guards standing straighter near the VIP section. Aisha wore simple clothes, clean but old, stitched more times than she could remember. In her right hand, she held a phone so cracked that the screen looked like broken glass held together by tape. That phone was the only thing she owned that mattered. She joined the line at the general counter, eyes lowered not because she felt small, but because she had learned that eye contact invited judgment. While waiting, she remembered another line from years ago, outside a government office, standing beside her mother, waiting to beg for more time to pay electricity bills after her father died. She remembered the clerk who had laughed then too. Some laughs stay with you forever. At the far end of the bank sat the VIP counter, where the air itself seemed different. There, surrounded by smiles and nodding heads, sat Zain Malik. His name alone carried weight. He was young, sharp, confident, the kind of man newspapers love to call self-made. His voice was loud, relaxed, careless. Every sentence ended with laughter, and every laugh reminded everyone who held power. The bank manager leaned toward him like a student toward a teacher, agreeing before Zain even finished speaking. Aisha reached the counter. The clerk glanced at her once, his eyes already tired of her existence. "What do you want?" he asked, fingers still tapping the keyboard. "I just want to check my balance," she said softly. He stopped typing, looked at her again, this time with irritation. "Minimum balance accounts are handled at the ATM outside." "I don't need cash," she replied calmly. "I just want to see the balance." The clerk sighed loudly, as if she had asked for something outrageous. "This is a bank, not a charity," he muttered. The words weren't meant to be loud, but they were loud enough. Nearby customers smirked. Someone behind her shifted impatiently. From the VIP section, Zain Malik's laughter suddenly grew louder. "Balance," he repeated mockingly, having overheard just enough. He turned slightly in his chair, his expensive watch catching the light. "Brother, people like her don't have balances. They have hopes." The men around him laughed. The bank manager smiled nervously, unsure whether to laugh or stop it. Aisha felt the heat rise in her chest, not anger, not shame, but something heavier. Still, she didn't react. She didn't argue. She didn't explain. Instead, she reached into her pocket and took out her phone, placing it gently on the counter. "Can you connect this to the display?" she asked, her voice steady. "My banking app isn't opening properly." The clerk stared at the phone as if it were an insult. "This?" he scoffed. "Madam, this phone looks older than the system." "It will work," she said simply. The manager hesitated, aware of the attention the situation was attracting. Wanting to end the embarrassment quickly, he nodded. "Just connect it," he said. "Let's finish this." A cable was attached. The screen flickered once. For a brief second, nothing happened. Zain chuckled again, leaning back confidently. "Careful," he said loudly. "You might break the screen with too many zeros." Oh wait, more laughter. Then the screen lit up. At first, no one understood what they were seeing. Numbers appeared, long, clean, unmistakable. The balance refreshed automatically. Once, twice. The room grew quiet, as if the air had been sucked out. The clerk leaned closer, his smile disappearing. The manager stepped forward, eyes wide. Someone whispered, "Is that real?" Zain's laughter stopped mid-sound. He stood slowly, his confident posture stiffening as his eyes locked onto the screen. The amount displayed wasn't just large, it was unreal. It wasn't the balance of a businessman. It was the balance of an empire. More than his, far more. The clerk's hands began to shake. "Sir, this account," he stammered. Aisha watched the screen calmly, as if confirming something only to herself. "Thank you," she said quietly. "I just wanted to be sure it was still there." The words felt heavier than shouting. She unplugged the cable, slipped the phone back into her pocket and turned to leave. No one stopped her. No one spoke. The same people who laughed minutes ago now couldn't find their voices. As she passed the VIP counter, Zane finally spoke, his voice lower, uncertain. "Wait," he said. "Who are you?" She paused near the door, not turning back. "Someone you didn't see," she replied. Then she walked out. The bank doors closed behind her with the same soft sound. But inside nothing was the same. Zane remained standing, staring at the empty space where she had been, his reflection still frozen on the dark screen. For the first time in his life, his money felt small. Outside, Aisha took a deep breath. The sun felt warmer than before. She hadn't come to prove anything. She hadn't come for revenge. She had come for certainty. And she had found it. Sometimes the loudest lessons are taught in silence. And sometimes the screen speaks louder than pride.